Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
What's up, everybody? Kickin' It Stateside boys are back. Well, just me today, at least for right now. As you can see, my co-host Brian, Mr. Wheeler, is having some car trouble, but hopefully he will be here shortly. And if not, it's just me and all you guys out there too. So I guess today, we had the transfer deadline day that just happened on Thursday. Talk a little bit about what moves were made, what impacts, I guess, some of the bigger guys that got brought in. Manchester United made some moves. We had Spurs make some moves. We had Sheffield, of all teams, making probably the most moves. Maybe not the biggest impact of them all, but they had about 4 or 5 different small moves that I think are really going to improve. Obviously, we've been stroking off Sheffield probably since the beginning of the season, and now that they're all the way up to, I believe they're in 6th now. 6th place for the Blades, and making all these little moves, big for them. Obviously, tying into the poll question, Manchester United, they make a move with bringing in Bruno Fernandes from Sporting Lisbon in Portugal. So we will see what kind of impact he makes. He did get his first start on Saturday against Wolves. I'll kind of dive into that once we get rolling. Also, they kind of had a panic buy, at least in my opinion, by bringing in former Watford striker Idian Ighalo from the Chinese league as kind of like a way to get some sort of scoring, as Marcus Rashford obviously has been hurt. So, and since Rashford's been hurt, I even called it. I said that United will struggle big time, and we've seen it. They have not put together the string of games that you would like to see them do. I would assume, as United fans out there, you're probably pretty frustrated. And I have a lot to kind of talk about with them, what I think some of these impact signings will do for them. Can they get over that hump? Can they get up to that 5th spot? We will see. Also, we have, the YouTube poll question with Liverpool basically running roughshod over the league. They won again pretty convincingly this weekend over Southampton. I posed the question, is this the best Premier League team ever? Like in the history of the league, is this a big time thing for them? I agree or disagree. I mean, for me, you're just going to have to find out. What I think about it later in the show. Also, I'll kind of dive into the previous week that was. I know there's some FA Cup games today as well. We'll kind of do that a little bit, and transfer news, and obviously the week. This week coming up in the Prem, the league week. It's kind of a weird. There's only 4 games for some reason. I don't know. I guess they're giving some teams that might have been playing a little more, maybe an extra week off. There's only 4. There's 2 games on Saturday, and then there's 2 games on Sunday. So we'll kind of look into those 4 games. I'm sorry, and just kind of break those down. and give some of the predictions. I think we'll probably only pick 2 out of the 4, all 4 games. I think there might be one game that is like sort of worth like tuning into. The others are struggling teams such as West Ham. I'll talk about them. Bournemouth, obviously, they got a big win this weekend to kind of get over and out of the relegation zone. So we'll kind of do that. But yeah, that's kind of the show recap. But again, I think like this, every week and this week especially, if you have any questions, fly them in. Ralphie will let me know. Always producing here, and anything I could help answer, or you just want to bounce ideas off me. Obviously, myself to talk, I know you'll probably get bored, but hey, feedback, man. This is what I need, But hey, before we get started, we have a new sponsor. We have Ambuck Services. It's a gutter cleaning. These guys are the best. They help with, rotted board replacements, deck restoration and staining. Get that coat before the summertime kicks in. You want your decks to look fresh when you have those parties outside. We got gutter installation with those pain-in-the-ass leaves. We got gutter cleaning and repair, deck installation, and the tree trimming. Got to make your trees and your bushes look good. You know what I'm saying? So you can visit them at ambuckservices.com or call 856-879-5530. That is 856-879-5530, Ambuck Services. But yes, without further ado, let's rock and roll into the Week 25 recap. What do we have? So to start out on Saturday, we had the Leicester City boys, the Foxes, against Chelsea, 2-2 draw. Frank Lampard made the decision to start Willie Caballero instead of the usual Kepa, just to try and spark the team maybe a little bit. I know there's been a lot of games recently, so give the goalie a little bit of a rest. Maybe get Caballero, maybe get his confidence rolling too. Not the case. You saw an early one. Rudiger, my boy Tony Rudiger, with 2 goals. He hasn't scored since like almost 2 years ago. And of course, him of all people, he gets the brace. And then Harvey Barnes, he gets 1. And then just a bad mistake, I feel, by Caballero, kind of coming out too far on Ben Chilwell's goal. This is why you usually stick with your number 1 keeper and not go too crazy and try and switch things up with your keeper. You can switch up, your starting 11 with your field players, but switching up a goalie is, I don't know. It was a ballsy move from Frank, and I don't believe it paid off at all. He's definitely going to go back to Kepa. We saw, Chelsea, my boys in blue are struggling. It's there. They only have, 4 wins in their last 13 league games. It's, and even more bad news on top of that, our U.S. boy, Christian Pulisic, he had a setback in training, so he's going to be out probably another month. So the offense is not there. It's struggling. We got Tammy. He's been a little bit a shell of himself. Mason Mount, the young boys that started the season out so well, I think the long season's kind of taken a toll on them. So, and no reinforcements. No reinforcements for Chelsea in the transfer window. Frank Lampard said, hey, I would love a little backing. We need some guys. We're playing a lot of games, man. We're getting tired. We're inexperienced. And, of course, the owner, Abramovich, sitting in Russia, just chilling. He's like, nah, man, you're not getting shit. Not even a Dries Mertens pickup, nothing. So I guess he feels confident that Chelsea, with the squad they got, maybe they can do something, but they got to pick it up, man. This is it's been rough, and the injury bug has caught them, and their center back pairing, I'm tired of it. There's just a lot of frustration with Chelsea fans, and I know the Chelsea fans that are watching are feeling the same way I am. So, we need better. And the Foxes, after starting out so hot, they've kind of cooled off too. They're not getting as many wins. So, I think both teams are in kind of the same boat, that they're going to be fighting for that fourth spot. So, yeah, we'll see. Just got a text from Brian. He is en route, just so you guys know. So the next game we saw Bournemouth. The Cherries are, Brian's beloved Cherries, his fake fandom. They get a big win, 2-1 over Villa. God, they needed this win so badly, because we've been saying on this show that Bournemouth has been, probably the most disappointing team thus far, besides the Watford guys, who I'll talk about later. But, to get another win under their belt, Nate Billing, guy's been playing great in the midfield, gets a goal. Nate Ackey, the former Chelsea lad, who, goddamn, I would love to have him back. How about that? Gets a goal. We saw, a new boy for Villa getting on the board, Mbwana Samata. Yeah, say that 3 times fast, man. This guy, he's going to be a stud, though, but still, Villa struggling. This was a 6-point game, as we like to call it in the biz. Relegation battle, and Bournemouth and the Cherries, Eddie Howe, my man, getting them out of the relegation zone and getting that big win. And now Villa's the one that's kind of flirting with that relegation zone. So as time moves on, Bournemouth, I haven't really looked at. I know Bournemouth has a pretty tough schedule after this game. So, it's almost a battle of probably the manager. I think Eddie Howe's a way better manager than Dean Smith. So, Bournemouth, hell of a win, getting out of relegation. So, as we move on, we got Sheffield. Sheffield with a 1-0 win over Crystal Palace. Sheffield is just finding ways to win games, which is crazy. They don't score a lot. I think they only have 28 goals now, but they don't concede. They get a lot of clean sheets. The only goal in the game was a mistake from the Palace goalie. Just a terrible blunder. If you go back and check the video of this one, oh man. Palace fans, like we say, our Palace DC fans, what's up, guys? They were probably beside themselves, or maybe they're just like, hey, it's just the way Palace goes. There's always some shit that's going on, and this is a Palace team I can't figure out for the life of me, honestly. They get great wins back to back, and then they'll go on and get shut out, 3 games in a row. And now we see again that they're in just terrible form. If I could go back into their schedule, let's go back to our Palace boys and look and see their last form here. Yeah. Again, lost to Sheffield last week. They lost to Southampton the week before, got shut out. They did draw Manchester City 3 weeks ago, but they also had to fight back. They were up 1-0, then they were down 2-1, and they just had to claw back and even scramble for that tie. They did draw Arsenal, then they lost in the FA Cup to Derby, and then they drew Norwich and Southampton. So this is what I mean. Inconsistency from this team. And I can't figure them out. I really cannot figure them out for the life of me. If any Palace fan out there would like to shed some light on why this team, can't get Wilfred Zaha, the team's highest paid player, the biggest diva on the team, to kick him in the ass and get him going, feel free to just shoot me a comment. Just give me some light, man. I don't know. Because I'm not going to be picking Palace anymore until they can prove to me that they actually are a good squad, because right now it's not looking so hot. They're going to probably finish mid-table, and it's just going to be like one of those meh. But, hey, the Blades again. That's like my team now. They're all the way up to 6th place. You know, we said this in the beginning of the season that, you know, with the roster they had, looking down when we did our preview show way back in the day, we said, this Sheffield team can't do shit. You name me one guy that you know on that roster, and I would have given you a couple bucks. You probably couldn't name one person. Now, some of these guys are not household names. I wouldn't go that far. That would be aggressive. But, I mean, you're starting to know these, like Johnny Flex, Lundstrom, Johnny Lundstrom. You got McBurney, who's in the news and all this. Who else? Obviously, Lis Mousset. And they made a lot of big deals. You know, we saw them, sell off Callum Robinson to West Brom, which I think was a good bit of biz. Because obviously with, Lis Mousset doing pretty decently this year, Callum Robinson's minutes kind of went down the drain. They felt that they might as well sell him while his value was high. And, West Brom needing another striker to, in the English League Championship, the second tier of English football, West Brom, if you're a fan, if you've been following the game for a while, you know that they've been up in the Prem many times, and now they're fighting to get back up to the Premier League. They're in 2nd place, I think, in the English Championship. So adding Callum Robinson from Sheffield, I think, is a big deal. So I think that was a good bit of biz for both. As we move on, all our Liverpool Red fans out there, this is your time to shine. Comment in, say how good you guys are and how you're probably the best team in the Premier League ever in the league history. And again, Southampton, you lose 4-0, but you play a great first half, right? You're feeling pretty good. Danny Ings is lively. He's playing against his former team in Liverpool. Things are looking good. And then the second half starts, and the floodgates just open up. You get an Oxlade-Chamberlain goal early. Salah gets on the board. Jordan Henderson, who's probably having one of his best seasons ever in a Liverpool shirt, he scores. And, all of a sudden you're down 4-0 and you're chasing the game and the game's opening up. And that's not what you want to do against Liverpool. And you saw it getting beat 4-0. This is now a 22-point gap. 22 points is the lead right now Liverpool has on Man City, sitting in 2nd place. 22. They can win the league in the middle of March with still a month and a half left in the season. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. March 15th, I think they can clinch if they win, I think, all or but one of their games remaining.
Can you see Liverpool losing a game at all this season? I mean, they're basically 24-0 right now with one draw.
Yeah.
And they're just cruising right now.
The only one I would see is that battle with Man City in early April.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only team I think that maybe has a shot. But as I'll talk about in a little bit, Man City lost this week.
Yeah.
So, and it's not the Man City of last year.
Mm-hmm.
They've shown that they don't have as strong of a squad as they did. I think, like me and Brian have said, they didn't address defense at all in the offseason, and it came back to bite them for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think that game, I think it's April 4th, is against Man City, and to be honest, I think that's it. If that's the day that someone's going to take them down,
it's that day.
That's that day.
And like you said, I mean, at that point, Liverpool wins the title, wins the league already, so it's just like...
Yeah, they could wrap it up, literally.
Yeah, smooth sailing.
Yeah, it's incredible. They really, in my opinion, they probably are the best team in Prem history, and they probably will go down, I'm sure. Like we just said, I think Man City is the best chance to really knock them off their pedestal. If we can, let's see this. Liverpool, looking ahead at their fixtures coming up, they have the mighty Norwich.
This Saturday.
Yes, they have Norwich. Then they have West Ham. 2 teams that are in the bottom 3.
Yep.
Win-win.
Yep.
Then they play Watford, another team in the bottom 3.
It's
they have 3 of the easiest games
Yeah.
on their
Everything's
schedule.
lining up to be a undefeated season up until you get to that Manchester City game.
Yeah. And then they play Bournemouth. Again, not a very good team. And then they play Everton. And I think that's the day where they can clinch the league if they don't lose, which, looking at the schedule, that seems to be when they'll wrap it up, which would be great. The Merseyside derby, the rival game against your rival to wrap the league up this earlier in the season. Oh, man. That's it right there. March 16th, it's a Monday. Everton, Liverpool. Liverpool can wrap up the season probably with that win, looking at their schedule. They won't even – they might already have the league wrapped up by the time that Man City game even is played.
Yeah, it's a very good possibility because it's possible, but it's also very, very slim that Man City goes on a run.
Yeah.
I just think it's too late at this point for Man City to go on any run.
Yeah, to not have any losses in a season is incredible. In a league that usually is super competitive and usually not this top heavy, but this Liverpool team is just of a different breed, for real. And I'm sure that all the Manchester, City fans are saying, well, Pep, he's kind of has one foot out the door, whatever. I mean, I guess you could say that. I don't know. Is that really true? I don't think so. Maybe, but no. It's just the quality on the field. I mean, let's talk about consistency, right? Liverpool, consistent as you can get. Man City, you've lost to Wolves twice this year. You just lost to Spurs, which I'll talk about in a little bit. It's not enough. It's not enough, especially this year. So, hey.
And they're also isn't Liverpool playing the FA Cup today, right? They have a game today, right?
Yes,
and
they're
up 1-0 right now. And I can't see what minute they're in. It's not telling me, but they are up 1-0 though, so far in their FA Cup game.
Yes, the Shrewsbury replay. Our lovely Shrewsbury Town gents from League 2, giving them all they can. Well, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp said that he was going to play basically all his academy kids today against Shrewsbury, so no first-teamers were even going to be on the bench. It was going to be purely kids that are 23 and under. So if they won 1-0, their academy kids can beat a professional team. That's pretty good that still, even though Shrewsbury's in League 1, that's still pretty impressive. But what else we got? I think Brian's entered the building here. Oh, there he is. Look who walked in.
I made it. Hi.
What's up?
Hi, guys.
Brian's back.
What is going on?
Not much. I was just running down the our past weekend's games.
Oh, nice.
We just got running on a Liverpool rant.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, that we went down their schedule, and they play Norwich, West Ham, Bournemouth, all coming up.
Oh,
Those are their
it's
games.
almost over. You can put it in the bag. I was actually talking to our fan Eric over the weekend while I was in Texas.
Oh, he's a Liverpool fan, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a Liverpool fan, and I was basically saying it's going to be such an advantage because now if they do clinch so early, they're going to be able to get all these young kids Premier League time.
Yeah.
Against good competition. So Speaking of them too, they looks like they pulled off that win.
Yeah, we were
against
just talking there.
Shrewsbury.
1-0 or.
Yeah, I got that popped up on my phone. 1-0.
So their young academy kids get the win.
Yeah,
Which
Roshan
is-
Williams with an own
jeez.
goal for Shrewsbury.
Oh, no.
75th minute. So, but that's good. It's good for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Derby got that win too, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, we were just
Yeah.
we were saying that it's probably one of the better, or that was one of the poll question. Obviously, was or the YouTube question was, is this Liverpool team the best in Prem history? Like better than the Man United one and the Arsenal Invincibles.
It's looking that way with that upcoming schedule. I don't see.
I mean, to wrap up the league, I just said it's March 15th against Everton, of all people. They could wrap up the league if they win out the rest of the way.
and I don't see that not happening.
I mean,
like that's the crazy.
Going down that,
like,
you play
yeah.
3 teams in the. I think Watford was in there too. You
Yeah.
play 4 teams in the bottom 4.
I don't think it even matters.
No.
Outside of maybe City. I don't even think Leicester at this point. The
No.
way they've been playing.
And they'll probably already have the title wrapped up by the time they play City on April 4th.
Yeah. Crazy.
But yes,
Crazy.
all you Liverpool fans are probably like, yes, thank you for talking like 10 minutes about my team.
yeah. And now they play Chelsea in the FA Cup.
Good, I'll play the academy kids.
Yeah. Beneficial for you, definitely.
Yes.
I feel like you're definitely going to get a lighter squad in there.
Oh yeah, they'll trickle in maybe some guys, but I doubt.
Unless the time frame.
It depends on.
They
if
might have it wrapped
champion-
up by then because I think
Yeah.
the next round's in March 2nd, first week of March. So if
Depends on how they're doing, I guess, in the
Yeah.
Champions League draw.
Well, that's what we were talking about too with him was that frees them up now for Champions League too,
Mhm.
where we thought they would make all their push to the Prem. If they wrap the Prem up, now they can.
Well,
make
now you would
another
assume
Champions
that
League push.
their FA Cup is just going to be those academy kids, and they could turn their attention to Champions League basically now.
I don't know though. I feel like if they get a little bit closer, then maybe they just try to just win everything.
League, FA Cup, Champions League.
And the World Cup,
Yeah,
the league, the Club World Cup.
they can
all
win
in one.
four trophies
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, regardless, it's going to be impressive, I think.
True.
But yeah, they're ridiculous right now.
But you just walked in. Was going to talk about the Newcastle Norwich 0-0
Yeah,
stalemate.
what a great time to walk in.
The most exciting game of the whole weekend.
Oh, absolutely.
But yes, nothing really. There was really nothing to really talk about in this one.
The only thing was Danny Rose playing for Newcastle.
Yeah, Danny Rose coming in, making the switch. The loan move from Spurs was one of the transfers that happened, which shores up the Newcastle back line. But again, Newcastle's a team that needs scoring and not so much their defense.
Yeah.
And 0-0 seems to be pretty fitting for both teams. And on the other hand,
it's positive for Newcastle.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, not for Norwich.
I mean, Norwich,
Newcastle
as much as
should
you can
get
take
that
out
win
of
at
it
home.
positively
Yeah.
for Norwich, they're just it's looking like relegation for them right now because they're 5 points, I believe, in the bottom. The next team is 5 points from them.
They're about done. They're running out of hope here.
Yeah, and this is one of the games that they could probably even draw up 3 points against like a Newcastle side.
Well, when you look at their schedule, that's what they would definitely be hoping for. Those would be some of the teams that they could mark off and have some kind of hope that maybe they could steal a win. But it's tough to go anywhere on the road.
Yeah, true.
And unfortunately, they're just not good enough
No.
to hang up this year.
No. It sucks, but
Yeah.
that means, maybe Toddy, like we said, Toddy Cantwell moves somewhere else.
Yeah.
Moves on because I doubt he's going to be wanting to play, the championship next year.
No, and I think that'll be
He
a good
deserves-
opportunity for them to pick some money up. And it'll be a win-win for everybody.
Right. Good deals all around. But,
Yeah.
yeah, the only other thing I had was the goalie, Dubravka, was outstanding. He pretty much kept him in the game.
Oh, absolutely.
But he's been solid this whole season. He's kind of one of those he's not top 5 in the league, but he's definitely top 10, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
He's been solid.
Yeah, so maybe he finds another gig.
Yeah. But, yeah, speaking of bottom table teams, Watford pissed away this game against Everton. They start out 2-0. I'm looking. I'm like, ooh, nice. Watford's up 2-0. I think they're going to be turned around again.
Yeah.
They slipped up a little bit here recently after their good run, and then they just fall apart.
Just Watford doing what Watford things so far this year. I mean, they were back on track for a while there, but to fall apart to this Everton team.
And what did I tell you last? What did I say last show? I said this Carlo Ancelotti-led team would not go on the road and lose this game.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
You called that one 100%. And even getting a red card from Delph in the 71st minute, they were still able to find a way to get the dub at the end.
And who else? Good old Theo Walcott, baby.
Always have
90-minute winner.
I always have something bad to say about Theo Walcott, but I give him credit.
It was a
It's
good
nice
finish,
goal.
you know.
It was a great finish.
But yeah, it's just Watford is, man, they missed a great opportunity to get some points here because now the arrow was starting to trend up a little bit, and now it's
getting a little. The
going
only
down.
beneficial thing to them is looking at the table is nobody else is distancing themselves.
Right.
Like West Ham's still sitting there, Villa's still sitting there, Brighton's still sitting there. So they're a win or two away still from climbing up out of there. But these were good opportunities. Again, like you said, sitting on a 2-0 lead and allowing Yuri Mina to go back-to-back right before
what the
the
hell?
half is just – you can't do that at home too. And then, to not be able to take advantage of a red card.
I was going to say, you're up a man for the last 20 minutes or so, and you still can't get it done.
Yeah, you at least got to pull a draw there, right? Like you can't take that L there, up a man at home.
Is the Nigel Pearson, shine, rubbing off now or something? I don't know.
I don't know. I think they're just not that good defensively. That's the problem. And he's brought scoring to them because that was the big thing with them. Not only were they losing a lot in the beginning of the year, nobody was scoring.
Right.
They were it was dreadful. So at least under his reign, even without the wins, they're finding a way to put the ball in the net. But they need defensive help. They're not a good team.
They're not a good team.
And it's like you almost want them to go down because you know they're not a good team, but I feel like there's enough other teams that are not running away with it either. So who knows what's going to happen.
We said that battle of that relegation is
gonna
going to
be
be the most exciting part of this rest of the season, basically.
Yeah, you're going to be watching that and that 5th and 6th place finish. Those are going to be your two big things that you're going to be looking for.
Which I'm okay with. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
I love some drama.
Yeah, that's the best.
But, speaking of pissing games away, West Ham. Another team that needed a win, up 3-1 and gone.
And I think
tie 3-3 against a Brighton team.
I think I said that too, that it would be some kind of draw and they'd both get a point and they'd both still be in danger.
And it's fitting. I mean, I think it almost saved Brighton's season. I don't want to say that too quickly because there's still a lot of time to play and there's still only 2 points from the bottom three.
Yeah,
but
West Ham
if they
would've jumped
lose,
them.
they jump them, and then Brighton goes right there with Villa for that last.
I'm telling you, I called that. I said Brighton, West Ham, and Norwich, right? I think those were my three. So.
And we looked over West Ham's schedule last week, and
this was the
must
game
win.
To get
points.
This was the must win.
Because now they're running into a freaking.
They hit City again, and they hit City, and they hit Liverpool again, coming right up, right around the corner.
Yeah, what is the damn West Ham one?
Yeah, it's not pretty. I'll pull it up too. They have City. They're at City. They're at Liverpool. Then they're home against Southampton. But then they have to go to Arsenal to get Wolves and Tottenham. So I see maybe one win in there against Southampton. And Hampton's been better too. So.
And then Chelsea.
Yeah. Yeah, they start April off with Chelsea.
That's tough, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but by then they'll be done. They could easily be toast by then. They have a couple easier ones at the end. I mean, that game against Villa, that game against Watford in May, those could be – they have a game against Norwich late. Those could be interesting games for relegation spots.
I think they're going to look back when they get relegated and say that game against Brighton, man, if we just would have held on.
It could really come down to that. You could get relegated by a 2-point swing. And, it's that minute. It's that easy. That could change your entire.
And that doesn't
everything.
matter. Do they even go away from David Moyes, or they're just like, whatever? It's the best coach we're gonna get.
I feel like you got to give him time. They probably. I don't remember what the deal was, but it was at least probably 3 years, if not 5. A lot of these coaches' deals are 5. You got to give him time to kind of regroup, I guess. He kind of got put in a shitty situation. But I don't know. He might not want the job if they go down. He might.
I'd say West Ham going down would be, I think, pretty monumental.
Yeah, it would be. That would be like.
Because you're losing a shit ton of money.
It's been a long time.
I was going to say, I don't.
Yeah, West Ham's been around for quite some time now in the Prem, so we could look that up. Or, Ralph, if you could look that up, when the last time West Ham was.
Yeah, because that's almost like Hamburg last year in the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
It was the first time in, like, I think 60 or 70 years that they weren't in the top flight. And their fans after that last game were, like, throwing shit on the field. Like, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
What did you guys want me to look up real quick?
When
last time, when West Ham wasn't in the Premier League.
Okay.
Speaking of Bundesliga too, I saw there were some polka games. Saw Leipzig lost to Frankfurt. Big upset. And they were full starters. I looked at the roster.
Leipzig's on a little bit of a dip.
They are, and the way Dortmund's
good.
playing, bro. We were saying, watch out.
We're down 2-1 to Bremen. I don't know how it finished up, but of course Haaland scored the one.
Dude, he's just ridiculous.
He just knows where to be.
Yeah. He's just
spot.
on absolute fire. For 3-2 Bremen.
Bummer.
But, yeah.
That's fine. We'll turn our attention to Champions League.
I was gonna say, I feel like at this point right now, you're gonna get top 2.
Yeah.
I feel like you're gonna go on that run.
Bremen was definitely coming out.
Gio Reyna got another one too, so he's all of a sudden he's looking good.
He came into the game.
Yeah, he came in and scored in the 78th minute.
He scored.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I
Yeah.
think that's his first one.
Yeah, he's on fire as far as how his career is going now.
Next Pooley.
Yeah. Hey.
Next Pulisic.
That's
I'm telling
great
you.
for us. That is really good for us. And I know at some point I wanted to talk to you too about that friendly we had the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Was it yesterday? 2 days ago?
Oh yeah.
We're undefeated in 2020.
That's true. I even bypassed the U.S. one.
Yeah, but we didn't really get a chance to talk about it because it was not that.
It's the January camp where it's you get a lot of young kids maybe trying to put an impression on good old Greggy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean we could sort of talk about that. I totally forgot about that game even happened.
Yeah.
They're still not a team in my mind right now.
Right? I know. Well, they got a lot of work to do.
I know. But what else?
Yeah, so the last time West Ham wasn't in the Premier League was 2011-2012.
Okay. So, yeah, we're going on almost 10 years now. So, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good run.
Yeah. They've had a good run, but it's not looking so hot right now.
No. And it's not easy to get back up.
It's really not.
As West Brom is learning this year that, they're starting out hot, and then all of a sudden now they've totally shit the bed. And Leeds, ever since Nketiah left, they've sucked.
They have.
I haven't checked the table this past weekend, but
he's I don't know.
Forest and Fulham were sneaking up on both of those.
Yeah,
we were almost writing off oh yeah, West Brom and Leeds and.
Yeah, West Brom 56, Leeds 55, Fulham 52, Forest 51. So it's still very much anybody's race.
It's another one to look at.
Oh yeah, that's going to be exciting. And then there's a couple not even that far out. Brentford and Bristol City are sitting at 50, so they could get in the mix.
Hey, Bristol City.
Yeah, man.
And Preston North End.
Derby County.
Goats, Rams, or whatever they are.
They did win today. So that does that 100% set up what we were talking about?
Yes.
They play United, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Rooney back playing against his old squad.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Yeah, they didn't update it on here yet, but they still have it as the TBA, but I'm sure they'll fix it.
Speaking of United, they played Wolves this weekend.
They did.
To a 0-0 stalemate. And
kind of would have been expected.
Their boy Bruno Fernandes gets his debut and his first start.
Yeah, he looked good.
He looked good. He looked a little slow on the ball, whether that's fitness or just the speed of the Prem.
He's not a. He's more.
His decisions, I thought, were a little like he needed to be a little quicker. I thought.
Yeah.
But again, that's probably his first game.
They haven't had much time. He
Nerves.
hasn't even had much time to train. I don't think with the
Yeah,
squad. So
right.
you got to give him a little pass there. But he's not a fast player. He's
No.
a typical Portugal, very meticulous. He's pretty good on the ball. So
Yeah,
I think
he
it's-
looked decent.
I think it's going to be a good pickup for them, but I still don't know what direction they're headed right now with Rashford still being out. They're still
Well,
going to have trouble scoring.
I said.
Yeah.
I said that with Rashford out, I said they're going to be struggling because when they were on the big uptick, he was the kid that was putting the ball in the net.
Yeah.
And when they sucked, nobody else was scoring. So it's like, well, now that he's out, let's put, some numbers and crunch him. And now they sign, good old Igalo from the Chinese league. He's back in the league, former Watford striker.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
See if that was a panic buy. I mentioned that was the poll question for everybody out on the Facebook, Twitter world. Manchester United signing Igalo was a move of desperation. Agree or disagree?
I mean, pretty much. The guy's got a good track record, but
They gave that move a D.
Yeah.
ESPN.
He's kind of like, I don't know.
I think it was a panic buy.
Yeah, he was a
My opinion.
Nigerian super eagle for a long time. I mean,
Again, he's on the down
he's
slope of his career.
definitely on the downslope of his career.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
he went over to China to pretty much get that
It's
paycheck.
that typical January move where people are scared and people are hesitant and they don't want to go too crazy and they're just trying to do enough to stay afloat because they don't know what direction they're going in because that team has no direction, clearly.
Zero. I mean, they're lighting fireworks at Ed Woodward's house, the chairman. So the frustration is definitely there in Manchester.
It's gotten so bad.
Just standing outside his
they went
mansion.
from the cream of the crop. Like that was one of the most followed teams in the U.S. especially. Like if you talk to anybody that would talk about the Prem, a lot of people for a long time, you would always find out where Manchester.
It's like,
fans.
oh, the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, big time. So I thought it was bad being an Arsenal fan, but I don't know. I don't know what's worse right now. Arsenal seems to be on a little bit of an uptick. I wasn't thrilled with this game.
It's true.
But
0-0 to Burnley.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. They only have one win in the first 7 under Arteta.
Yeah. I know.
And now they're the draw kings. I think this was their 13th draw.
They are. I think the culture change is coming though, and I kind of see it. I mean, I saw it with
you
the
can't
FA
fix
Cup
5
game.
years of shitty moves and work
Right.
in whatever, a month and a half, 2 months.
He's getting all these kids the time. He had Aubameyang back in the lineup. I feel like that's.
Well, he looks like he's disinterested.
Yeah. Well, he's going to do what Zaha was doing, and by summer he'll be gone. It just
and he's
wasn't
playing out
able
on
to,
the wing too.
Yeah. Well, that's where he's going to have to play because Laka's better up as a striker. Eddie's going to get time now the way he's playing. Like
It was a weird lineup. He put he had Granite playing that left wing back.
What do you do with
what the
Granit?
hell?
Yeah, well, what do you do with Granit Xhaka at this point? Like,
I don't know.
he's not going anywhere yet. I don't know if they finalized this Hertha Berlin thing for summer.
I guess that fell through. I have no idea. There's no report on it after.
I mean, it didn't happen obviously in the winter, but it could still be on for the summer, I guess. But I don't know. There's going to be a lot of changes. I'd love to see Kieran Tierney back healthy soon.
Yeah,
I think Arteta could do good things
loss.
with him. Yeah, that kid's a great player.
I know. When he got his opportunity there in the Carabao Cup games.
Yeah, and him and Martinelli really were
Europa
getting a
League.
chemistry, which was nice to see.
He's got a sweet left in swinger there.
Martinelli was a nice pickup.
He's going to be good.
That was a good pickup for Arsenal. Playing Saka is nice. I mean, the
He's
kid's
gonna be good,
17.
too.
The kid's at 17 years old.
Those two and Eddie, I think, will be the best 3 of.
Yeah, Willock's
the young-
decent.
He's all right, but
Another
you
young
can tell that
young kid.
Saka
Oh yeah.
and Martinelli are head and shoulders better than he is right now.
Oh, without a doubt.
But not that he's not a good player, but like talking to a lot of people and just like my little soccer group chat, it's like Martinelli and Saka, they're pretty solid kids.
I just hope it doesn't get to the point where they do something stupid and try and loan them out Like, I would rather keep them, play them,
Yeah.
and build around them as opposed to some of the things in the past where guys like that might get loaned out for money just so they can have money coming in.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, you got an $80 million guy in Pepe
Yeah.
sitting there too.
I think that'll change too. I think it's just one of those cases where, and you see it all the time. Guys come in, they're not used to the league yet.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He came into a bad situation. He wasn't getting any playing time from the beginning, so I don't know what was happening under Emery with him. But at some point, I think that'll turn around. I'm a big Pepe fan. I hope that it does last.
I mean, he's had glimpses of his footwork is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, his footwork's ridiculous, and he can shoot too. It's just
yeah.
a matter.
He's been
of,
a little unlucky as well. He's hit the post a few times.
Yes, he's had a few blunders, but we'll see.
Yeah. But Burnley, on the other hand, they were going through a little. This was their gauntlet here. They played Man U and beat Leicester on the road.
Yeah.
And then they get a draw against Arsenal. They get 7 points in this little tough stretch.
Out of nowhere. When it looked like they were all of a sudden they're drawing and losing to bad teams.
And I think they're up to like 10th or
They're
something.
one of those weird teams that they seem to play up to the harder competition.
Yeah.
And then when they have like a Southampton or a Villa or something, they get lackadaisical and they get complacent.
They're another one like Palace. They just they'll go on great runs like this, and then we'll see the next 3 weeks that they'll get shut out twice.
Yeah.
And lose. It's like, dude, you confuse me to no end.
That's
I already went on my Palace rant.
Did you?
To the DC fans. I'm like, I still can't figure you guys out.
Yeah.
You're the most frustrating, confusing team.
They're one of the hardest teams to figure out in the league, definitely. Without a doubt.
It's like you go on great little runs, you beat good teams, and then you lose, the Sheffield game by a blunder by the goalie. Terrible.
Yeah, it was.
And you tie Southampton before, and then you barely hang on to beat Man City when you were up
in
that, and then you have to scramble to draw. And it's just I don't know. I could see why the Palace DC fans are a little frustrated and well, of course this is going to happen to us.
Oh yeah, I feel like they just expected.
They're like, there it comes.
Yeah, and they weren't thrilled, obviously, with the lack of anything at the window.
They did nothing. Did
Yeah,
they?
no. They were actually. I think they were expecting more of them to even just sell off and not even replace them with anything. So I guess the one positive they can take there is that they didn't do that yet.
Right.
But that could come in the summer too. Like Zaha is pretty much inevitable. Zaha's gone. He could be the striker for United next year, possibly. That was talks. That's been talks for like a year and a half, 2 years now. So that's a possibility. But yeah, I feel like I don't know. That seems to be the little Crystal Palace way.
Yeah.
They build some guys up too and try to move on, and they find a way to win enough games and do their thing to stay up.
I said they'll stay up. They'll be mid-table.
They're a great team for the league. Great stadium, great fans. So you don't want to see a team like that go anywhere. And we said that early when we started this, when it was looking pretty dicey for them early in the year, and we said, you hope a team like that turns it around, just because. Same thing with West Ham and the fact that they've been up now for the last 10 plus years, but that's not looking good for them.
I said when it's not going your way, it's not going your way.
Yeah.
And it seems like West Ham and definitely Palace are in that that category of things are just not going the way that the fans would hope for.
Palace is in way better shape, though.
Oh, way better.
Yeah.
They've at least gotten some decent results this year. Yeah. West Ham, again, with that gauntlet they're about to go on.
And that October run they had of between October and November or whatever, it was 7 straight losses. And yeah, I mean, one of them was a big game where they got smashed. Their goal differential's bad. They're not a good team. They're not a good team
at all.
They're not the team either. When Chicharito and Arnautovic and all those guys were there, and
they sold off those gents. And bring in Yarmolenko, and
it's going to cost them.
Sebastian Haller, who's been.
They have no defense. I don't even know who. I couldn't tell you probably.
Angelo Agbana, who had a shitty game
right now. Yeah.
He had an own goal, and he led to one of the other goals.
Yeah.
I think he had the bad turnover on the Pascal Gross goal.
Nice.
I'm like, dude, this guy stinks. Get him out. Get him out. Right. But last but not least for the past weekend, Spursy Big win against City, huh?
Yeah, man.
Great debut for our boy Steven Bergwijn.
Steven Bergwijn. It's fantastic. I like that kid, too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he had to go to
He was
Spurs.
feisty.
Yeah.
His goal was great, too. Nice finish.
Yeah, oh, yeah. No, that kid can
Kinda like,
score. That kid, he was a little bit forgotten about, but I think nice, like you said, nice start to his career in the Prem.
Now we're going to see all the Tottenham supporters go.
Yeah.
His little celebration.
Yeah.
He's going to be loved if he keeps scoring goals, I'll tell you that.
That red card killed City.
Yeah.
That was big.
Yeah, Zinchenko's dumbass.
Yeah. Another one that's just not.
Stevie Nichols said he was an idiot.
I mean, yeah.
It was a bad second one.
It was.
It's
It
like, you
was.
know what you're doing. You know you're going to get a card every time.
Some of the I don't understand these guys sometimes.
The guy
because
runs by and you just grab him. It's like,
You've
you
been
know
pl-
you're going to get a
You've
card.
been playing this game for pretty much your whole life. Like, you know how it goes. And when you do stupid shit like that, like it's pretty much guaranteed you're going to get carded. Especially if the ref has eyes on you.
Yeah.
Like if you've already been a problem in the game. Like it's one thing getting a straight red, just doing some dumb something or some reckless, but when you've already been yellowed, like you pretty much know that they're looking for you to do something stupid again. So yeah, that's just dumb. Hurt his team, and
Yeah, he's a punchable face, too.
yeah,
Zinchenko.
he definitely has a punchable face.
What else did I say? Oh, but, I mean, City got a little bit unlucky. They hit the post a few times, and then that fucking ankle breaker that Sterling had on Delhi, that
Yeah.
should have been a red card.
Yeah,
I mean, when you go back and look at it, that looked nasty.
yeah, it was.
That could have been really bad for Delhi.
Yeah, I was surprised that it wasn't, but
I don't know, this VAR, man, it's just it's not hitting.
yeah, it's had its pluses, it's had its minuses. They still need to figure it out. It's year one.
It is year one.
It's
I will
year
give
one.
them that little bit.
Because I will say MLS seems to have it down a little bit better. They've adopted it a little sooner, and they seem to have it a little bit more in hand, I feel
Yeah.
like. So, give them time. I'll give them time.
Yeah, but it was a good win for Spurs. I mean, I think Jose, he's got to be – that's probably his best win as a Spurs manager, I guess, so far.
Oh, absolutely.
Get it,
Absolutely. Him and his little pep rivalry.
yeah, they have a nice respect, though, for each other. Though.
They
I didn't
do.
see
Well,
any
they were
banter.
making jokes about it. They were like, what do you, like, basically want us to, like –
They're like the same person.
yeah. Like, you want us to they basically were saying the media wants them to have more of a rivalry feud than it is. Like, it's more respect.
Like a chest-to-chest on the touchline. Like,
yeah. I
that's
mean,
not
there's
really
some
Pep's-
controversial – yeah.
Pep's not really that.
No, he'll do it at the refs, but he won't usually do it at an opposing coach.
Right.
He kind of has that level
But
of
Mourinho will
respect
do
for
it
it.
at anybody.
Mourinho will do it to his mother. Like, he doesn't care.
He'll knee slide in his nice $1,000
Yeah.
suit.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
But, yeah, I mean, Spurs nipping on that fourth place there for
Yeah,
Chelsea here.
I think that was the one team that when
And HK is,
we talked
I don't
about
know,
once-
he's going to be back here pretty soon, I would assume.
once Mourinho took over, we said that would be probably Chelsea's biggest threat for that fifth spot. And it's
Certainly looks like
yeah,
it.
well, you guys got to stop losing like bad 1-0 games to teams that you shouldn't. So,
I already went on that rant, too.
I'm sure you did. I'm like again. Sorry,
That was my first one.
had a little,
obviously.
had a little problem with the hoopty on my way here. I needed Turnpike people to come out and help me. But yeah,
all
well,
good.
the damn thing sat for 4 days when I was in Texas. So
That's what happens.
yeah, and I was trying to push it to that last rest stop between 4 and 3 on the Turnpike, and I just ran out of gas. Like right in front of the exit 4 sign, pretty much. So
Oh, you
yeah,
silly
but
boy.
they acted very quickly, and I was able to build AAA, so it didn't even cost me nothing other than a tip to the homies coming out and helping me out. So I appreciate them. They got me here. I was only 30 minutes late, so
You're fine.
yeah, I was a little.
I tried to rock and roll the best I could.
I got faith in you, brother. I'm sure Ralphie helped out too.
Yeah.
That's my man.
Hells yeah. I don't know. Any I mean, I said transfer things, the big ones that you want to talk about at all?
Nothing. I mean, we talked about him leading up and pretty much knew
The Fernandezes and the
Yeah, I mean,
Bergwijn.
it looks like Bergwijn's definitely going to be a good one.
I didn't know he would be asserted into the lineup. I thought the Gedson Fernandez was going to be.
Yeah, I think Gedson Fernandez is almost more of a project. I feel like
I
Bergwijn,
thought it was the other way around, but maybe.
I guess they're going to go off what Bergwijn's past was, and
He
know,
had like
all the
100
hype about him.
170 caps or something
Yeah.
for PSV Eindhoven.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he
I
can
was
play, man.
I was expecting the opposite in the starting 11, but apparently not.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what these Arsenal moves are going to come to be, because again, had to sit there and watch Mustafi
Yikes.
play again. I was able to watch that game while I was in Texas, so I was thrilled. Both Sunday games.
The Cedric Suarez to Arsenal on loan, and they picked up Pablo Mari
Yes.
from Flamengo
Yes.
in the Brazilian league.
That one's been, I guess, that was on, off, on, off, on, off.
They couldn't make up their goddamn minds on that one.
Yeah.
It's like, what were the terms that weren't going through?
I don't know.
Like
I don't
his
know if it was
bonus, if he gets
physicals,
like,
if it was,
if he gets 10 clean sheets, I want $30,000 or 28.5. Like, it's probably something so stupid.
I like him. He's got youth. I think the other move is.
Suarez, I think, is a nice insurance policy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I said on the when I did the transfer thing for us on Friday, I was like, it's a low risk, high reward.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he's out of contract at Southampton, I think, after the season. So basically, if Arsenal feel like he does a good job, they could bring him in for probably cheap.
Yeah, they could use anything at this point. He's got to be better than.
They got a lot of
Mustafi
defense, but nobody can step up and claim.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of bodies, yeah, and the ones that are actually good are hurt.
Yeah.
Bellerin has been playing good though. Bellerin looks like he's back and healthy and looks a little refreshed. He had a good opportunity in that game, and he scored recently too since he's been back.
Chelsea,
so,
damn it.
Yes, he did. So I mean, I guess there's some positives, like I said, to be had here. I'm gonna be patient with Arteta. I feel like he seems to have at least the locker room a little bit.
Better than Numbskull did.
Yeah, definitely a grip on the young talent, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
I've been calling for that since I've obviously seen what Chelsea's been doing.
For sure.
And Leicester's been doing, so.
And I said that Sheffield, who'd have thunk that they would make the most moves out of any of the teams.
Yeah.
They made like 4 moves.
Man, they're in
I
it
said
to win
Callum
it, man.
Robinson won out to West Brom. And then they brought in this young kid, Sander Berger, from Genk in the Belgian league.
They basically went with they weren't going to make any moves coming in, and they were going to see how they did, I think, and then decide. Because at this point, like we've said, there's no way. They're not going down. They're here to stay. So that money, that extra money is going to be able to kick in. It's going to allow them to make these moves.
I think they were just looking for somebody to put the ball in the net.
Yeah.
They don't score a lot.
They don't.
They have like 28 goals, but at the same time, I think they are second behind Liverpool for conceded. I think they only concede 25 times this year.
Their defense has been.
But they're only plus
lights
3.
Their goalkeeping's been lights out. But yeah,
they needed.
they definitely
brought
need
in
some more scoring.
This Dutch wonder kid, this Richairo Zivkovic, who was supposed to be like the next big thing in the Dutch football community, and he kind of hasn't really lived up to the hype, and he's been in China just chilling.
Yeah, a lot of these guys get a lot of hype.
He's going to get a chance at Sheffield, I suppose.
I would think so.
What else did I see? Obviously, Danny Rose to Newcastle. That was big.
Yeah,
to shore up their back line.
I was surprised by that. But
yeah,
that's good for them. They could definitely use that help, especially with Yedlin's injury problems. And he can play the left or the right hand side.
Their defense isn't the problem either, though. Newcastle.
It's really not. Yeah. Yeah, they also have a lack of scoring.
They need someone to put the ball in the net.
Almiron was starting to, and that's kind of tapered off again.
Well, it's hard when no one can actually get you the ball.
Yeah.
Or hold up play, unlike Idiot.
No, you're
that
right.
doesn't score.
You're 100% right.
And Marcus Rojo, did you see he went out on loan?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I missed that one.
He went out. He's going back to his home country in Argentina to Estudiantes.
Okay.
But I think he fell out of favor, and I think this is a good deal to kind of maybe get him some confidence back a little, play a little bit, and see what he can come back and do his thing.
Loans can be great things. As long as you don't lose them. That's the only problem sometimes. You loan them out, and then maybe they don't want to come back.
True.
You have the rights to them, but not always. It depends on how the loan deals go, too. Or they
could be
end up getting bought
disastrous
out.
or it could be great.
Yeah.
You could sit on their bench then. It's like, well, why did we do this then?
Right. We could have at least kept him here and saw how he trained and that. But you never know. I mean, usually that's part of the agreement. They try to
it's like,
obviously.
Please let him play a little bit.
Yeah. And most of the
Something.
time, if these guys are of that quality, they're going to get playing time from the jump.
Yeah.
Now, if they can't do something with it and they lose it, that's on them. But
True.
at least they're going to get the opportunities from the beginning.
I saw that this guy that Wolves got made his debut, this Daniel Podence from Olympiacos.
Yeah.
Portuguese guy. Crazy going to Wolves, I know.
There was a rumor of Raul Jimenez to Arsenal.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That'd have been
And if
amazing.
They were basically saying, though, like, for him, is that a lateral move? Like, you're not gaining anything at this point. Other than the name of Arsenal, what are you really
few years
gaining?
ago that would have been great, but
yeah, money. I mean, and again, unless Arsenal's making that change, and I would be.
I think that definitely would have been a lateral.
With the way these wing players have been playing, and if you're going to get the money back from Aubameyang, and you could throw him in it, I would be all for it as
That's
an Arsenal
not really
fan.
a January move, though. That's like a summer move.
Oh yeah, well it was kind of.
Why would Wolves do that mid-season?
It was
and
at
just
the
fuck
end
up
of
their
the January
swag there?
window. Once it kind of closed, and this rumor started kind of coming. out,
That would have been seems like silly season to me.
Yeah, it could be, but again, I would be absolutely thrilled.
What else did I see? Obviously, Christian Eriksen left Tottenham to go to Inter Milan. He had his debut this weekend on Sunday. I was watching the Inter versus Udinese, and Lukaku's
Nice,
tearing it up.
Oh yeah. How about Lo Celso?
Yeah,
basically
Gio
coming out
Lo
and,
Celso.
like he came out and he's like, I'm not Christian Eriksen.
Well,
Like he's like prepping people to be like, I'm not going to be that good.
disappointed.
Like yeah, like if you're a player, you don't want to hear that from your players. Like, sorry guys, I'm not quite as good as Christian Eriksen. Like you want to be like, yo, you don't need Christian Eriksen. I'm the next guy.
I mean, he's not lying.
He's not lying, but like you want more of that confidence out of your
He's
players.
just an honest guy.
Whatever. He sucks. That was a horrible move. It's not looking like it's not looking like a good move at all. Yeah, he has not done anything this year.
I won't lose sleep over it.
I mean, he's getting into the lineup, but I guess there's
He
no
played
other
all right.
choice.
They all played pretty well, Spurs, as a team, I thought.
They did this past week, yeah.
Got a little extra get up for the City game, but
Yeah, they still have. They're the last ones to play their fourth round game here for FA Cup too. They have a game tomorrow. So I'm interested to see how that's going to go. And the winner of their game will get Norwich.
that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, they finally updated the matchup. So if we have any moment, I can run through them at some point too.
Sure. You can do it now if you want.
So, yeah, those will all be played. Fifth round will all be played on March the 4th. It's a Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
You got Arsenal going on the road to Portsmouth.
Okay. Good old Pompey.
Yeah. You got Man City going on the road to Sheffield Wednesday. This one, the big money ticket, United going to Derby. So those United fans are going to want to see their beloved boy one last time because it's pretty much inevitable. This is it. Like this year, maybe next year. Help that team rebuild. I know he's trying to get them back up to the Prem.
Maybe he'll just be the full-time coach instead of the player coach, I guess. He's
he's kind of doing that player coach thing again. I mean, he's playing good for them, so that should be the big money ticket for that.
He's definitely improved the Derby County team, that's for sure.
Oh, without a doubt. And then you got the winner of the Spurs game will play Norwich, and whoever wins that gets the home game, it appears. So,
ooh, nice.
And that's the replay between Southampton and Spurs. So I'd like to see Southampton take them down tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Then you got Reading at home against Sheffield United. So Sheffield United should be in good position to move on to the quarters. I would think they can handle Reading. Chelsea gets the home game against Liverpool.
Okay, against the Academy kids. I think I like that.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
Yeah, see if Klopp's just like, you know what, it's Chelsea. I'm not putting the Academy kids out there. I'm winning this game, and
that'd be a real dickhead
he
move
goes
for
balls
Jurgen.
to the wall. So
Fucker. Don't do that, please.
I mean, you're getting to the point where it's 5th round. You're right around the corner from quarters. So depends on how much he values the FA Cup.
Give me the trophy.
He's not English, so I guess maybe that's the only benefit. Like Lampard probably values it way more just because he's from England and he understands what an FA Cup probably really means too.
I would think he would want to win a trophy his first season in charge.
Yeah. Leicester gets the home game against Birmingham. And
sounds like a kill.
West Brom's home against Newcastle. So again, West Brom's getting another
Newcastle.
Another
That's
taste
winnable
of the
for
Prem.
them.
Oh yeah, it's another Prem team that they could take down.
West Brom, I think, is my dark horse,
right?
Or Cinderella in college basketball terms.
Yes. Yeah, they're kind of.
Don't be surprised if West Brom gets to the semis.
I would not be surprised at all. And the way,
that's going to be my crazy prediction for the rest of the FA Cup.
Maybe they're going to try and show some of these Prem teams that, hey, we're coming.
They're going to throw their A squad out there, and other teams might not.
Yeah.
Like Sheffield, they went for the rotated side, and I didn't even think they had a rotation of side.
Well, I mean, all these guys have a rotation, but I know what you mean.
Some don't have the depth.
They don't have the depth, yeah. There would be guys that definitely people have not ever heard of for the most part.
Those are pretty good draws, though, as far as
it should be some exciting action. It sucks when you're one of the top teams like Chelsea, or, especially Chelsea's situation, even though it's a lesser Liverpool squad, most likely.
But who knows? That Liverpool squad has been winning, so.
Yeah, that Liverpool squad is still probably better than a couple teams that are left in here, no problem.
I mean, I know Shrewsbury is only League 2, but or League 1.
Yeah.
Or League 2.
It wasn't easy for them to get by Shrewsbury.
I was going to say.
It took a replay and an own goal. So
Shrewsbury, don't count them out, man.
Yeah, watch out for Shrewsbury.
Even though they're in like the bottom of League 2.
Yeah,
I think.
When we checked it, they were dreadful. Absolutely dreadful.
But
so
mean,
that's the FA
favorable.
Cup. That'll be up in next month, so it's exciting.
March-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gio Reyna, he's
it's big.
Front page.
I mean, even though they got the L, that's big for him to come in and get that goal.
I like it.
You guys are gonna be all right.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it.
And Sancho's at least here till summer, so
yeah.
With him,
that'll be a great payday for us to get some money.
Oh yeah, big time. And then 2 years from now, you're gonna get probably some of the most money ever.
Oh, that
in a
Holland
transfer.
deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, unless something dramatically crazy happens like that,
he'll go to Barcelona.
It's gonna end up being one of the biggest transfers.
He'll go to Barcelona for like 180. Because what was Neymar's, like 220?
He might not. I don't know. He seems like a guy that wants to play in the Prem.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong on that, but I feel like that could be his next move. I hope it's to not to like United. I feel like they missed their boat on it, and maybe there's some sour grapes there.
I would assume if I'm him, I'm like, nah, man.
Yeah.
Not passed up, but we couldn't come to an agreement.
He'll end up on Liverpool when Bobby's out of there. They'll just keep.
I hope not.
They're gonna keep taking all this money now from all these wins and all these tournaments, and they're gonna have it. The more you win, the more you make, and the more you make, the more you can spend. So
that kid's like bored. Every league now he's been in, he's just succeeding.
Yeah, he just comes in and just dominates. Like, I know they haven't played like some of the best defensive teams in the Bundesliga, but
no,
still,
not at all.
it's not easy to score. Regardless, no matter who you're playing, it's not easy to score. So,
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure he can play in the Champions League. I'm not positive how that works. I always forget that
he should be able to, because
if your team was in the tournament already, is he allowed to play for another?
Yeah, he just
team?
wouldn't have been allowed to play his team. I'm pretty sure that's
That's
how
what
it
I
is.
thought, but now I'm like second guessing myself.
I could be wrong. We could try and find that eligibility. I'm sure it's out there somewhere, or it will as they're approaching Champions League gearing back
I always
up
forget.
again.
By the way, your boy Holland got another goal today.
Mm-hmm.
Had 16 goals in 10 games.
Yeah,
He's a beauty. He is a damn
ridiculous,
beauty.
man.
And another substitute goal, by the way.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he had an 8-goal game for Norway. Like 8-goal game. It's ridiculous.
He's done a Champions League though already for Salzburg. So I mean, he was sleeping with his hat trick balls. Those were his girlfriends.
Yes. Yeah, he legit sleeps with his hat trick balls. He says he calls them his girlfriend.
He's a beauty.
and they're in his bed with him.
He is a
It's
beauty.
weird. Yeah, it's weird. But hey, the guy can fucking score. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you
Yeah.
put the ball in the net, you can do whatever you want
Dude,
to those
that's
balls.
that's the deal of this of a long time for Dortmund.
It wasn't even that much. It was
No.
only like 20, high
It was
20s.
so reasonable. It was so reasonable.
It's like,
Nobody
where do
was
I
willing
sign?
to give him that big one yet, but now it's going to come, and you're going to reap the benefits. That's the beauty of
dollar bills,
of
y'all.
this sport is when you get a good player.
It's what
you-
Dortmund does.
Yeah,
Buy cheap, sell for big.
yeah. Unlike a lot of the other sports where you lose them, you get nothing, or you got to try and make a trade and gamble. Like at least here, you can sell a guy off and pick up a whole bunch of money.
And now this kid probably too. How about that? This Conrad de la Fuente. He's like training with Barcelona's first team. This
Really?
U.S. international
Yeah.
kid. Apparently, he scored for the Barcelona B team over the weekend, and he made such an impression that their coach gave him a look at in the first team. Even though Barcelona lost today in the Copa del Rey to some shit team,
I've never questioned.
and Messi called out the coach
It doesn't surprise me.
and the front office, Eric
Yeah.
Abidal of all
Yeah.
people.
That doesn't surprise me.
But yeah,
I don't know, man. I feel bad for him because he just can't win. Like, he's a good player. He helps his team win games, but they can't win anything. Like, I feel like it's just been
I don't know
limited.
if people have so much pressure to like win with Messi that they
Yeah.
just crumble. I don't.
I don't know.
Because Argentina hasn't done shit with him.
Yeah,
Barcelona, they've been successful in the league, but
yeah.
did they win a Champions? Did they win a Champions League under him? They
No. With Messi there? I don't think so. Does he have one?
He might have won.
Check that. I'm almost sure he doesn't.
I mean, they're always in the top or the last four, but they just can never get over that hump.
Yeah, so what I was going to say is I've never questioned the talent in the U.S.
Yeah,
I feel like we have really good upcoming talent,
right.
but it's who we're going to have come lead us. I think that's what scares me.
Greggy.
So Messi has a total of 30 trophies, 11 domestic cups, 8 league titles, 4 Champions League titles. So, yeah, he has been on. I forgot his run there has been so good. 3 UEFA Super Cups,
The Barcelona when
3
they were
Club
just
World Cups,
insane.
and 1 Olympic gold medal with Argentina. So technically, he has 30 trophies.
I'll say that run with the Barcelona, I forgot.
Yeah, well, the league titles you knew was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean 8. They
I
were dominant.
I forget. Yeah, they did have a pretty dominant run of.
I just
Champions
forget
League there.
because now it's like, I mean, obviously they're in the top of the La Liga with
Yeah.
Madrid, but it hasn't been as dominant.
No, Champions League's been Prem dominant recently. A lot of the Prem teams.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Ajax, right? Beat,
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of big upsets. But last year the Final Four was 4 Prem teams.
mhm.
So I mean that just to me proves right there that it's the best league in the world right now
Yeah,
as a whole. As an absolute.
I would say that, but
Right.
I'd say that has well.
Just Liverpool changes it now because
There's always a
because
Spanish
that drop off
team.
is so big
Yeah.
now from Liverpool to including City. But usually it's not like that.
Like Barcelona and Madrid have been on like a torrid pace as
Right.
of
It's
the
usually
last like 10 years.
they run the top and it's everybody else.
It's like it's either Madrid or in the final. That one year it was Atletico versus
Yeah.
Real in the Champions League final.
yeah, the French leagues it's pretty much been PSG now. The Italian league it's pretty much been Juventus and
It's funny. It's always there's been Real Atletico, obviously last year with Liverpool and Tottenham.
Yeah.
And then a few years ago was Bayern and Dortmund.
Yeah.
2013, 14, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Bayern pretty much usually runs the Bundesliga.
They've been.
Yeah.
It's like Juve in the Italian league.
Yeah.
There's just
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, normally there's one or two teams and then everybody else. And the Prem has not been that way until definitely this year. I mean, last year, obviously, it was City and Liverpool.
it was a two-team race.
It was a two-team race. But generally, there's usually one.
And this year the
usually a
tide
little
seems to be
tighter.
changing, but again, there's a lot of time. Like Juve and Inter are pretty much
Yeah.
neck and neck, and
I think Inter takes it.
Bayern and Leipzig and Dortmund are pretty much
I
3
think Dortmund
points.
takes it.
We always crumble under the pressure. We'll play Bayern in March or in April and suck and get blown out, and that'll be that. It sucks. Bayern's going to win the title again.
I don't know.
They
I don't
will.
know.
They always do. They always find a way.
I mean, I got my
goddammit.
Bayern pants on, but
I don't know why you do.
just to make you feel horrible.
I do. I do.
Because deep down inside, I still have some love for them. It's like rooting for the Yankees. I mean, you know what you're getting with Bayern.
I don't like that either.
Yeah. I don't root for the Yankees. I'm just saying.
Oh,
like
right.
rooting for
I
the
know.
Yankees. Yes.
There's
Phil.
only 4 games this weekend in the league. The
Yeah.
Prem, it's a weird one.
So, yeah, I was another thing I was talking to Eric about because he questioned. He was like, what do 4 teams play and then the rest get a break? But it's not really. 4 teams play and then it's kind of all week. Like everybody plays, but it's drug out throughout the entire week.
Because then there's games on Friday.
Right. Yeah, like everybody plays one game, but it's not all in the weekends, if that makes.
It's a very weird schedule. If
It
you
is.
look.
It's kind of like a winter break, but it's staggered
Yeah.
because it goes Saturday, Sunday, and then you have Friday,
And there's 2 games Friday, 2
and then
games
you have
Saturday.
next weekend again is Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
So basically, from this Saturday to Monday the 17th, every
all
team
one
plays
week.
one game.
Yeah.
That's 1 week of the league.
They're trying to
spread out.
stagger it, but it just looks stupid as hell
It's
now.
yeah, it's kind of like they're trying to get them a rest, but they're like, well, we got to squeeze one more game in there. So they do this dumb staggering of the schedule. Yeah.
And then Champions League starts up right there.
Yeah, and then we're right in the Champions League, and
And pretty soon we're going to have MLS, baby. Let's go.
yes, we were talking about. I was talking about that the other
We can
day.
talk about that more next week because we only have 4 games to talk about next show.
Yeah, we'll have a little preview.
I can talk a little
MLS
more about my boys, and I saw Red Bulls getting the guy from Wolves as their sporting director.
Yeah, they're making a move. It's
That's
not a
a
player
move.
yet. It's not a player yet, but it's a move. It's something. So I will take it. I'm tired of literally not seeing anything. Even FC Cincinnati's doing stuff. Every time I pop on, it's like, oh, FC Cincinnati's making this.
I saw that MLS supporter group that we're in. The one guy's like, hey, us in Nashville are coming for you this year. And I just wrote, like 1,000 A's. I'm like, yeah, that's funny. Now with my new boy, our new Norwegian boy, Jakob Glesnes. Yeah, 25-year-old center back. We got Twin Towers, baby.
We'll see.
It's the Union's year, finally.
We'll see. I think we might be doing another playoff trip.
I'm feeling good, but then I always feel good at the first game, and then we lose, and then I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't even know if Red Bull's making the playoffs this year, to be honest with you.
Let's not say that.
They got to prove something to me.
You got Buckmaster.
You hate Buckmaster. I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't know. But let's get into these games before
we
jump
got to
out.
go here.
So we have 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. We got early game, Everton and Palace.
Yeah, man. I don't even know where to go here. Two teams that don't wow you.
I mean, this is another one that an Ancelotti team should not lose to Palace.
No, they
Not
should.
at
They
home.
should not at home. They should win this game at home. But in typical Palace form, this is probably a game that Palace
Yeah, they just come out
comes
and win.
and wins 1-0 or something along
They
those
just don't
lines.
score.
They don't. They don't. But I mean, outside of Everton's last little comeback, they've been. I don't know. They should win this game at home.
Should.
Are we? How are we doing this? Are we
I don't
gonna,
know.
Do you want to
I
just
thought-
pick 2 of the 4 this
I
weekend?
thought 2. 4 is excessive because
I'm not. Yeah, I mean, we could pick
Sheffield,
4.
Bournemouth, and City West Ham seem to be.
Unless you wanted to continue it to, or we'll do, I guess, the following weekend. Then we'll do the Friday, Saturday, Sunday we'll pick 4 out of those 3
Okay.
days.
I got it.
Right?
Yeah, we could just pick 2.
2 out of this, okay.
But I mean, which 2? Sheffield, Bournemouth is like.
I guess we got to pick this one.
This one I was saying
This
for
one we
sure.
got to pick.
The other one I just didn't know.
Sheffield, Bournemouth. We got to pick one of each day. City, West Ham. I
That's
mean,
just no.
it's just who's going to pick 5-0 and who's going to pick,
Yeah, that's like
4-0.
score.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do Sheffield, Bournemouth, I guess.
All right.
Bournemouth's trying to climb their way out of the bottom, so they got something to play for.
Everton, Palace. I'll say 2-0 Everton at home.
I'm really questioning myself because I've really worked really hard to break this.
You did great last week. Holy shit!
I worked
Look at you.
really hard to get back in this. What
It's
am
a
I?
new
What am I,
ball game.
4 points
4
back
points
now?
back.
I'm 1 big pick away.
86-82 in the points.
Going
for
2 for nailed
thus
2
far.
on the money. It's nice when we have those weeks. You
a
had
nice
one of those
8-pointer.
a couple weeks ago.
I've been
so.
terrible recently the last 2 weeks.
2-3 weeks ago though you were on. You had like a 9-point week.
I was one off.
But again, I mean, it's tricky sometimes because we might actually agree on the same score. We just
Yeah.
can't do
Switch it up.
for the purposes of this. So, what did I say when we first talked about it? This could be a game that Crystal Palace wins 1-0. So I'm going to take a shot and say Crystal Palace wins 1-0.
Right on.
I would go with my gut.
Go together, boys. Then 12:30, we have Brighton versus Watford, which I would never touch in a million years.
No, this is another one for Brighton though. Like this is your season, dude.
Yeah,
Like you
gotta
guys
win
are
this one.
struggling and you're getting
Well, it's
closer.
another 6-point game.
Yeah, you're getting
Another
closer
relegation
and closer.
battle here.
This could put Watford back up and keep Brighton down, which, I mean, I guess as an analyst, I got to root for Watford in this one just because it would make my pick of Brighton going down look better, but you can't.
I mean,
you
I'm
can't
leaning
call this
towards
one.
Brighton. I think
Brighton at
they're a
home?
lot better at home.
Yeah, they are a good team at home.
And Watford
All-
seems
you
to
know.
be kind of that new manager bump, I think, is starting to wear off a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning towards the goals.
Although I don't know, man. It depends on what scorers show up for the goals, because that's
Glenn
the biggest
Murray.
thing. Yeah. Malpaul.
I haven't seen Malpaul.
He
in a-
disappeared
like
all
a
of a
month.
sudden. Troussard shows up once a month. But
That Aaron Connolly had like one good week.
yeah,
and
that
he,
kid was and then
He had 2 in one game, and then he's disappeared.
yeah.
But
But
yeah, on Sunday we got a 9:00 game. We got Sheffield hosting Bournemouth.
Okay. That's
So
the other
go ahead.
picker.
Yeah, you start us off. Blades at home.
I mean, Bournemouth's been pretty shitty in general.
They've won 2.
They have. I mean, they've been better of the last couple. They're digging, like I said, they're digging themselves up out of this little hole that they've put themselves in. It seems like they're really doing everything they can to save Eddie Howe's job. But it's Sheffield at home, and I have the luxury of going first. So I'm just gonna
1-0.
go 1-0 Sheffield at home. I'm 2 1-0 games today. Yeah.
He did this on purpose to me.
I didn't say who was going first. You chose to go first in the last.
Damn it. Well, I have to pull out my draw card then.
Oh man, here it is.
I got to go 1-1.
I was gonna say, is it 0-0 draw or is it a 1-1 draw?
Sheffield always gets 1,
Mm.
and they give up none. It's always 1-0 or
Bournemouth-
1-1.
You need Bournemouth to get that late bullshit goal.
Something.
Yeah, that just.
I guess. I'm putting a lot of faith in Bournemouth to even score on the road.
Yeah, man. They've been a little better. They've been finding a way to get the ball in the net. They're kind of.
Boy, I'd like to have Nate Aki back at Chelsea, let me tell you.
I bet you would. I think there's going to be a lot of teams looking.
I'm surprised we didn't bring him back.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Or even why he left in the first place, but it's besides. But the last game, we got Sunday, 11:30. We got a real dandy. We got Man City hosting West Ham. Oh.
Yeah, if you got errands to run or something, that's the time to do it. 'Cause, I mean,
Well, now football's
let's be
over.
real, yeah.
Well, now football's over. Now's your chance to start watching.
Yeah, no, I want everybody to watch every game. I'm just saying, like, if
Even though this isn't the one to really start out.
Right,
if
like
you're
you-
like a
watch the other 3 this weekend. Dedicate your time. There's some early ones.
Like you're just flipping around like, football's not on. Let's watch this soccer game, and it's like 4-0. You're like,
yeah,
well, I don't want to watch anymore.
you probably get a little bit more excitement out of Daytona qualifying or whatever races are coming up for. They usually have the pre-500 races on Sunday, so I don't know. Yeah, that game could get really bad. This could pretty much be the stamp on.
I mean, if they
West
lose
Ham
like
season.
4+, and
Yeah,
your
if they
goal
drop
differential
another,
is
if they drop another 4+ goals, it's gonna be bad because then you have Liverpool right after, both on the road. Like this is it.
it's not good for the Hammers
This is
right
it.
now, man.
Yeah, Ryan was right when he called in.
That was a great call by that
yeah.
guy.
Yeah, that was a good eye on that situation.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
But before we get out of here, have you thought about any yellow red cards that you or do you want me to just throw mine out while you possibly?
I'm gonna give a yellow card to myself for running out of gas on my way to the studio today, hustling. I've had a lot going on, man. I've been running around. I've been back and forth to Texas, seeing the kids and doing all that. So yeah, that was
man.
that was kind of
Yellow card on himself. That
Yep.
takes a real man to do that.
yeah.
kind of stuff.
If anybody hasn't figured that out about me, but I have no humility. I don't care, man. You could throw whatever you want at me. You can try and beat me up over whatever. If you got something to say, go ahead, say it. It's fine. I have no problem with that. And I mean, I guess my red would go to the Reds would be the United fans for basically attacking the.
Your red's always my yellow. 'Cause that was my yellow.
Yeah.
More to Ed Woodward, the guy, the chairman, for not really making many moves besides Bruno Fernandes, and then panic buy trying to get Igalo from China, trying scrape him off the rocking chair.
So
or
your
the-
yellow led to my red, basically.
But my red, my red's been pretty crazy. It's always like a weird little story, and this one's good. So tune in. So apparently, 2 South Korean fans sued this company basically. So Ronaldo and Juve were supposed to play, in a friendly in Seoul, South Korea last summer, and apparently the people that put it on this Fasta Inc. said that Ronaldo was going to play for half the game, and Ronaldo did not play the game at all. So these fans, these 2 guys or girl, sued this company for compensation because due to mental anguish. Because Ronaldo didn't play, apparently they suffered some kind of
They were so hyped.
they were so
that
like
they thought
distraught.
they were going
They're
to
like,
finally
no.
they were going to see Ronaldo play. It ruined their life.
But they won. They won in court.
Really?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
won the case and they were awarded $312.
2020, man.
$312.
Would they get their ticket money
They got
back?
their
That's all they
ticket-
wanted?
They got their ticket money back. Yeah,
That's crazy.
that was it. They just got their ticket money back.
The judge was probably like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like he was like, "Yeah, take your $312."
At first, I thought it was $312 million. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, wow.
Yeah.
But $312, way to go.
Good.
Those 2 persons, you really got to them.
Lawyers $500 an hour to
Just-
make $312.
To go out of your way and out of pocket to get a lawyer even. Probably the lawyer
Yeah.
fees were more than your stupid compensation.
I'm hoping they did not hire a lawyer, or some lawyer just took the case just for the hell of it. 'Cause
yeah.
if they paid anything to get
Saul
$312.
Goodman was on the case. But yeah, red card to them.
Red card to them.
But yeah, That was it.
That's it, man.
We started with one man. We ended with two.
Yes, always giving the people what they want, no matter what.
No
I
matter-
was making it here one way. If they had to tow that bitch here, man, I was making it. I told you before the show was over, I was going to be here. So.
You in the back just chilling.
Yeah,
But
bro.
yeah. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys tune into all the shows on this platform on A2D.
Yeah,
There's
man,
so
lot
many
of
good
great
ones.
Stuff. A lot of great
Especially
stuff coming
with
from everybody.
Super Bowl talk coming up, and Flyers are hot now. Sixers, that's another thing that the other shows we'll get
there's
into.
a lot to talk about there.
But, yeah, so we'll see you guys next Tuesday talking 26.
Yeah,
And
man.
yeah,
Later.
thanks again. Thank you.
Thanks for holding together, guys.